So we're live. So what we're doing is we're going over a ministry curriculum. We're deciding what are the things that we're going to learn together as a ministry to be able to strengthen our talents that we have, that we can use them for Christ. We can better understand the different responsibilities and efforts that we're able to help with. So far it has been requested that we learn some Bible work, teaching people how to study the Word of God. And Kathy was sharing she's learning how to use the e-Bible and the tools so she can share them with other people, so that's very good. That's exciting. Because there's one thing that I want to do is, we are going to be moving in the direction eventually of train the trainers and have other trainers who are teaching people how to use the frameworks that we're creating so that they're duplicatable. Kind of like a Bible reading is a framework that anybody can use. So is what we're creating, frameworks that anybody can use. So that's the ideal. So that's cool.
Yes.
What else do you guys want to learn?
We want to learn the things that you have learned to help move the ministry forward.
Okay. Sounds good.
So that we can be on the same page.
I want to learn how to fix my voice box.
I was waiting for you to say that. So, voice culture.
Yes.
That sounds good. You definitely have training on that. Tina, what is something that you would like to learn? Something that we can grow and learn together during the Pioneer sessions.
Grab this.
I'm still thinking about it.
What are you thinking about?
I'm not gonna be sure, that's why.
Think about what are the areas that you're weak in, and this goes for everyone. What are the areas that you're weak in that you want to improve? What are the goals that you have for yourself and in ministry? And what's the ongoing training that would be helpful for you to understand your role better and understand how you can further the gospel work that you're involved in? Talking about personal growth, spiritual growth, and the business growth. Things that we can learn that will help us to do our work more effectively and fulfill God's plan in our life. And think, what are the struggles that you have, the weaknesses? What are you currently struggling with? What are you challenged by? Challenges? What are things that you know you got to do that you're procrastinating?
Communication, she said.
That's good.
Uh-huh.
So, what kind of communication? That's very broad. And that's a good suggestion. That's perfect. We definitely want to improve our communication. You guys got to think about this, because here's our opportunity to really strengthen the areas that we're weak and to receive relevant, practical, life-changing experience and training in the areas that we are struggling with, we're procrastinating, that we're challenged by, the things that we need in order to reach our goals and who God has called us to be. So, when you say communication, what makes you think of that? What about communication are you struggling with?
Well, keeping in touch with other people, and just knowing how to communicate with people, and what to say and what not to say, how to.
You talking?
Keeping in touch with others. And when you say like knowing what to say, what not to say, you mean like when people are arguing, when you're like talking to a stranger, when you're like sitting next to your brother, or like what do you mean by knowing what to say, what not to say?
Not necessarily like when I'm arguing. It's just like, what do you say to people? Well, even strangers, even how to talk to people. It could be brothers, sisters, just.
It could be brothers.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anyone. Just like. Communication as a whole.
But you still haven't answered my question about when you're talking about communicating with others, what to say, what not to say. Can you give an example? Like, when would you use that? You said, you told me what it's not. Okay, go ahead.
Like, how to encourage someone, I guess how to maintain a friendship, even maintain like a long distance friendship, like. I guess that's what I'm really talking about. Because I mean, a lot of the people I know, especially now that I'm back at home, they're all like now they're all online.
Okay. You know, Kamran's been doing something that's helping him maintain and make long distance friends. He's committed to the 3 new people, 3 follow-up, and 3 encouragements. And if you want to develop that skill, you got to do it 100 times. And if you commit, like, it may seem daunting or scary or whatever to you, but the only way that you're going to get better at communicating with people from long distance is to do it. And when you commit, it wasn't until I said, like, okay, because I was struggling just like you were to keep in touch with people, but finally I was like, all right, well, I'm going to commit to reaching out to 3 new people every day. I'm going to add 3 people on Facebook. I'm going to talk to 3 people that I didn't know, don't know anything about. And then it forces me to have a conversation with someone I don't know to figure out, like, I didn't know what to say, but I had to figure out what to say to them. And then follow up with 3 people, and then send some, like, random out of the blue encouragement or appreciation, or just pour love into 3 other people. And that seems like it fits, like, everything that you're wanting to know about. There's more. We can go through some trainings on it, but there's nothing that will replace actual work.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be interested in taking that challenge?
I'll definitely consider it.
Okay. It definitely shows how interested you are in reaching your goal.
It just never mind. I don't know.
You sure?
Well, talking to 3. The only thing is the 3 new people that kind of like scares me.
Yeah, it scares all of us. That's why we do it.
Even me. But I do it.
Tina, it scares all of us. It's out of our comfort zone. But that's how we grow. We take up our cross and follow Christ.
I became Facebook friends with another person who I thought was on the ministry. And she was, to find out she was. But that instant when I didn't know her name, and you said her name and I didn't think it was her, and then I'm going, I said it to the wrong person. told her I was looking forward to working with her.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, oh no, I blew it.
Yeah, she's talking about Zelda. She reached out to Zelda. She was calling her something else. She's like, I added someone, and it was someone new, so she's doing that challenge too. And I was like, oh, you added Zelda? She's like, no, I don't think that was her name. And I was like, well, there's no one that starts with Z on the team. And she's like, oh no, did I just add someone that what? Did I just say the wrong thing to a new person?
Yeah.
And then come to find out it's Zelda, just, you know, how she has a bunch of spaces in her name. So,
It turned out okay, but
yeah.
you know, it's not comfortable. When I add a new person to Facebook, it's because I want to reach out, I want to befriend more people, but it's sure not comfortable.
No, it's not. It's still uncomfortable for me to talk to the new people. It's just like, well, what do I say? Like, what? Trying to come up with like things they continue to speak about. It takes effort. It takes work. But, or you can live the rest of your life like you have been, and whenever you're in person with people, you're 100% there with them, and 0% with the people that are more distant. And that's okay. You can have all your friends offline and limit yourself to one community. But I'll let you think about that. Mom, you said that you had an idea?
Yeah. I would like to learn more about like our belief system, getting in line with Christ, and you know, seeing how God has put inside of us things that we haven't even touched upon because of our lack of belief. You know, that'll help us to be more focused and more aware and more working more, you know, just like build up our mentality that we could do it, you know.
So,
I can exercise it too.
to
And
exercise
practice it.
faith and belief?
Yeah, to like,
I don't know why
Yeah.
my markers aren't working.
say look how I like that.
It's easy
There's,
to...
there's a bunch of markers right there, honey.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, even have a you know, get together and dream about something together and how it would look that we accomplish it together.
Mm-hmm.
How God could like really work through us. And
So this is your opportunity to get the training to reach your goals too. Carmen already shared about the voice.
And I also had another one. I'd like to learn how to share the three angels' message with people in a more like an easier way.
Easier than what?
Easier than you know, just reading a Bible verse or something. That it's that to understand it more, so that I could help somebody understand it and start working toward it. Because my understanding is that they need to repent and turn to the Lord and work toward His glory, and then also to help other people to come, you know, to come to be a Christian, and I don't know. I don't really know what to share with people, you know.
Okay. What would be good is if you guys went through your account book and you just looked. What did you mark yourself low on in your life assessment? What areas and why did you mark yourself low in those areas? What did you say that you need to improve on your weekly review, your monthly review? What did you say you need to improve on your daily review? Like these are the areas that will help you to grow and to develop.
focus.
Yeah. We can learn about focus and how that works.
Leadership skills.
What are some leadership skills?
Ownership. Hello?
What else are some leadership skills?
Delegation.
Delegation? Okay.
This is very hard for me.
To delegate?
Yes.
I hear you, brother. I know the struggle.
Because I just want to do everything.
I hear you,
I
brother.
want to learn everything. And I want to talk to people.
Yeah. Exactly. And those are all the affirmations. Yep. So that's good. Okay. This is good self-awareness. This is very good for us. What about you, Tina? Did that scare you off? She's still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I agree with everything you guys have said.
What does that mean?
Leadership is definitely something that I need to work on.
What part of leadership? What about leadership is something you need to work on?
Knowing how to guide them without, like, teaching them how to work without you. I don't know. You understand what I mean?
I don't. Can you elaborate?
It's one thing if you like, if it's one thing if they like work, you got like, we work together on a project, but it's another thing if they do it themselves, like completely by themselves. And I know I have a lot to learn in leadership.
So let's be specific, because we're not going to learn if we're looking at a lot. A lot sounds overwhelming, but when we break it down into specific things, and it helps us to actually have a clear target to hit. So you're saying that it's one thing to work together, it's another thing to, I have a lot to learn in leadership. I'm still lost. Are you saying like, you don't want to work with people anymore and you want them to figure things out on their own? Are you saying that you want to be disciplined to work on your own? Or are you saying that you want to like show someone and then like have them do it by themselves? Or like what are you trying to say?
I guess I felt it's just how to operate a team, and they all do their work individually. I mean, like, okay. Like, for instance, Susie and I, we've been working together, and like we can do the outlines together, and I know. But like teaching someone how to work and do the same thing without you, I guess I still need to work on that. I don't know if that makes any sense.
So like duplication?
Yeah.
You know what allows you to do that?
Systems.
How did you know?
You got the answer right the first time. Go to the head of the class.
Yeah, you should be up here teaching us. So, you know what that means, Tina?
What? So I just need to work on the system?
No. You need to work on yourself. As you recognize, and this goes not just for you, but for all of us, but in this example, it was very good. I appreciate the for instance, that helps. But as you realize your weakness, all you do is just like as we study the Bible, we study the opposite traits of character, we study what is relevant. In like manner, the areas that we are weak, we study those out. And by committing to learn that process or that skill or that attribute, that's how we'll improve. So you could think like, what resources do I know of that have systems? How can I be more systematic in my labors? What sources can I learn from? What trainings are provided? What courses exist? And then think like, what has a team gone through that would explain some systems that would help me to strengthen the weak areas. It's the same way that we study in areas of our character. We're able to study this in different skills. What do you guys think about giving feedback? Is that something you guys want to learn?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. What other things in leadership do you guys see would be good to learn? You guys want to learn about vision casting? Or not so much? It's okay if you don't. Alright, do you want to learn about
Define vision casting.
vision casting? It's just it's how to communicate meaning and purpose to those who you're reaching out to. Well, first of all, it's like, Kamran, you mentioned that you want to learn about delegation.
Yes.
Delegation is impossible without vision casting, because it doesn't matter how much if you explain what and how, that's useless without the why, if they don't understand the why first. So casting a vision is saying why we do what we do. Vision casting is saying this is where we are going, and it motivates people to follow in pursuit of what you're doing, and people really care less about what you're doing until they understand why you're doing it first and where you're going with that.
We definitely need to learn how to do vision casting.
Vision casting is a team effort, and it's for all of us who are either on the phone or interacting with people or creating systems or creating outlines or creating slides. Vision casting is done at every single phase and fabric and cell of the organization. Vision casting was the first thing that I learned in leadership. That was the first skill that I started to work on. I realized I was not good at vision casting, but I was just like trying to figure that out, and I was learning. And by looking at resources, I learned how to cast a vision. I didn't know how to. They said that people will follow a leader, like clarity. Vision casting is really clarity. It's casting. So casting a vision is like defining a target, and it's getting very clear on where you're going and why you're doing it. And people, it was so interesting. Andy Stanley podcast, it was saying that people will. How did it say that? That whoever has the greatest clarity on a problem, people are willing to accept your answer as the answer, the solution to the problem, if you just have clarity, just by having a clear picture or an answer to a question in the midst of like uncertainty, you don't have to have any leadership skills, background, experience, or any of that. If you just have clarity alone, people are willing to follow that leadership with just clarity. And I was like, wow, sounds like clarity and vision sounds like something that would be really good to have.
Yeah, really.
And then so I was starting to learn about vision, and then I realized that like I was practicing vision casting, and like Christine and Victoria, they were like helping the vision cast too, and it was neat. But then what happened was people were able to like get behind the vision. They were raising their hand. They're like, yeah, I want to help. I want to be a part. So they're like, yeah, they're so like sold out on the vision. But then it's true. Like I had no leadership skills. I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't know how to delegate. Didn't know team communication. There were just so many things that I didn't understand systems. It was intense. But people are like, yeah, I see the vision. I want to help. But it's true what he was saying. If you could just like have clarity, people are willing to accept that answer. What about?
Yeah, I want to learn.
All right. What about influence? You guys want to know how to influence people?
Yeah.
What about you, Cameron?
Me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm not having a conversation with Kathy.
No?
No?
We're in it together, brother.
Yep.
Oh.
Influence. We want to have a good influence. And we want to know how we can help others. And if you don't have a good influence, they're not going to care what you know, what you think. Your influence is wrong. So that's important.
I understand you want to learn, but I was asking him.
I know.
I want to hear from everyone. What's up, brother? You starting to have a hard time? Seemed like you were doing good in the beginning.
The influence is good.
It's good. What about vision casting?
Yeah, vision casting is good.
Are you just saying that?
No.
Okay. What about you, Tina?
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
influence.
You want to learn influence? Why do you want to learn influence?
Good reason, sorry.
Okay. Well, I have an idea. How about what we do is we go through
Kathy, I invited the pastor over for lunch
Yeah.
and Candace, I was wondering if they're wondering what they could bring. What are you having? Is it savory? Is it?
No, we had savor this morning, so I was going to have a sweet. So, but what would they like to bring? I don't know.
I don't know.
She.
just tell them we're having a sweet meal and bring whatever they want.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we're gonna have a sweet meal, and they said bring whatever you want.
Or a fruit meal. Sweet to them is probably a bunch of sugar and honey.
Sweet are also good.
So, alright, what we could do probably for the rest of this
Oh,
is
yes. Yes. Speed reading.
Oh, you want to know speed reading?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. I want to know speed reading too.
Put Jim Quick there, and I'm like, whoa. I remember that guy. He's the speed guy.
He is a speed reader.
He's a quick man.
Yep. He's a guy with a learning disability that ended up being a world-renowned mental or brain coach.
What's that other thing though that you were talking about on Friday or Sabbath? The visual
Photographic memory.
photographic memory.
Who has a photographic memory?
You.
Oh, nice.
So, what we could do is let's all Google, or no, let's open our podcast app. Can we open our podcast app?
Need to get my phone.
You can use this phone. I know how to get to the podcast.
Oh, hey.
What's up?
I know a good podcast for influence.
What's that?
How to win friends and influence.
Influence people? Yeah, that sounds good.
You want me to get on Podbean?
Yeah, you, what?
Podbean?
No, that's not what it's called. So let me know when you have your podcast app open.
Have it.
Okay, let's look up Andy Stanley.
Andy Stanley.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Hey, I got Andy Stanley. He's got how many? 88 episodes?
Yeah. So let's look through that. Do you have your app, Kathy?
No, that's why I got off the treadmill, so I can't do.
You
things.
can't do it all together at the
No,
same time.
I can't. But
That's
that's okay.
good.
I'll do it.
Then you get to sit by me.
Well, that means Cameron can.
He's going to show you how. Want me to help you?
I'm going to podcast.
Mm-hmm. I'll show you how you can find stuff like that. Come up here and just type podcast right there.
Tina, did you get yours open?
If you push POD,
Mm-hmm.
it'll bring it up.
Can you guys look at the titles and let me know which ones interest you?
That's what you use. And then he wants us to look
For Andy
for
Stanley.
Yeah.
It's to say, okay, it's to show you what to do. Oh, you don't have it.
The art
So
of
we're
inviting
gonna search
feedback. Wait.
Yes.
Have the plus
Yeah.
sign.
Definitely we're gonna listen to that one together.
And then right here, hit the,
How to lead when you're not in charge.
Okay.
A-N-D-Y. I think his name's S-T-A-N.
What's up?
Managing
And then
tension.
enter.
I'm gonna take note as soon as my laptop pops open.
So you want to press one of those.
What?
Just because that's what you're looking
Tina, do you have it open?
for. Go ahead and just
Okay.
press
Mhm.
that. And then,
Are there any that interest you?
subscribe to.
There's none of them that interest you yet?
Okay.
Do I know that I want on them?
That's why you can unsubscribe. He's trying, you don't want to have to go through that every time you want to find out he's looking for it. That puts it there so you can just be there for it.
Okay, but that doesn't download them on my phone.
Visioneering.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one that taught me how to vision cast.
So you won't have to do that. So now close that. Cancel the search. And go over here. And then find hit podcast.
Self-leadership.
And that's all you have to do now to get to
Okay.
what he's talking about.
Okay.
And then you get racing if you don't want. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Well, you don't have to know him to learn. You didn't know Pastor Smith before you heard him talk.
That's right.
So how to lead when you're
How
not
to
in charge.
lead when you're not in charge.
Okay.
Is that where we're going?
No, we're looking over these and I want to hear from you all. which ones are interesting to you.
Oh, okay, so you just scroll. You just read and scroll.
Okay,
And if that happens, just look back up right here.
thank you.
Just let us know which one you wanna learn, Kathy. Because this has the majority of the things that you guys said you wanted to learn is on this podcast.
Okay.
And Kathy, Andy Stanley is a guy who talked about the 4 stages of delegation. Do you remember that? You were listening to it when you were cleaning up from breakfast or something. You said that you really liked it. It made a lot of sense.
About generational diversity in the workplace.
Why do you want to learn that?
Because navigating that has been difficult for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 villains of leadership sounds intriguing.
Okay. Well, that's not play it though.
Because I want to stop.
It's just gonna do what you ask it to.
In the Leadership Podcast, a conversation designed to help leaders go further. Pastor Andy Stanley. And before we jump into today's incredible content.
So, is there something else that stands out? What about you, Tina?
I have to be when you're not in charge.
You already said that.
But that's not necessarily like with you all.
You already said that though.
Okay, I do not go to
I can hear you when you talk.
okay.
You're louder than any person's voice here.
I'm not sure.
I'll try to talk quieter.
No, don't talk quieter.
Don't-
There's
yeah,
a reason why
you're
you're
loud
turned up.
because we need to hear you.
Turned it up because you weren't louder.
But what's a different one?
Visioneering.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put that. Visioneering is what you and Kamran said. What's up, Mom?
I want to learn pivoting. When something's not working, and you pivot to get it to work. You know, to try a different angle.
Confronting challenges.
Okay. That's a good one.
And listening how to listen for people's needs. I wish I was better at that.
Pivoting when something isn't working, and then
Listening for people's needs.
listening for people's needs.
Like, being able to see it or even recognize it. You know?
That's very good.
Delegation dilemma.
That's the one that we listened to.
We heard that one already?
Yeah, we heard part 1 and 2.
That's why he likes it so much.
I've heard it like 10, 12 times.
Yeah, each
What I-
time you listen to it.
Yeah, each time you listen to it, you'll get something new. I would recommend listening to it over and over and over, and go do it, and listen to it, and do it again, fail, go listen to it, and do it, and fail, crash, burn, fall forward, and then listen to it again, and every time that you listen to it, you realize, whoa, that's where I failed. You go out and do it, it's like, I got this, and you fall again, but every time you fall, you're falling forward, and you're making progress. That's why I've listened to it so many times. But when it comes to like the training, don't think that because you hear it once that you got it. This is going to be something that you're going to have to commit to the journey of learning, and commit to developing as a leader, and recognize that as a leader, you're going to have to lead yourself, and you're going to have to educate yourself and learn, and just continue to grow over time.
How about self-talk?
Huh?
How about self-talk? The
Oh.
things you say to yourself.
Okay.
Changing that up. Then I know that when I get disturbed, it like throws out my whole work ethics and everything, my whole work schedule, my work, my ethics, everything. And it'd be nice to maybe see how you guys do that. So I'm like, what is it when something hard comes up? Or is this just for leadership?
Oh, all of that. And that's a part of leadership too, is being able to control yourself when things go the way unexpected and planned. So are you guys done with Andy Stanley's?
Not
I
quite,
think
but
that
I'm
they have to go through a lot.
open.
What was self-leadership about?
I don't know what
This-
self-leadership's
I can
about.
see-
Okay.
Probably something about leading yourself. It has a description.
Yes. It just says it's a two-part conversation on the importance of self-leadership.
Oh. I don't know. But they're pretty much all of them are really good. You guys want to go on to another podcast?
Yeah.
Alright, let's look up Craig Rochelle.
I'll show you that since you didn't help that you have your own. So go back to, yeah, go ahead, go back. Go, well, actually, just go here. And put, Craig in there. Let's see what. And then, oh, there it is right there.
When you type in Leadership Podcast, it should show up too,
Oh, okay.
if you don't know how to spell his name.
Hey, what's the forbidden phrase?
So,
That's the hook.
subscribe again.
The forbidden phrases
Yeah,
are
you
people
can
don't,
subscribe, that way you can see this whole thing.
or our
And then
team
you
doesn't,
Get to subscription over here.
or the team here doesn't, or don't, or we don't. And it's basically, rather than saying,
And then you hit
our
this.
people don't do this, you say, it's because I haven't led the people to. They're just taking ownership for the results of my life.
Leading through crisis probably is significant.
Yeah, that's the one that got me started on the Corona pivoting. Leading
It's only
through
1
crisis.
minute? That's not bad.
No, it's gotta be longer than that.
Oh,
32.
I see. It's 31.
Tina, were you able to find the Craig Rochelle?
Yeah.
Okay, what were you saying, Carmen?
Sharpening your communication skills.
Yeah, that one's really good. I listened to that a lot of times, and that really explained a lot to me.
Problem solving like a boss sounds good.
You guys want to learn how to problem solve like a boss? Come on, Jefe.
Come on, jefe.
We learned how to manage like a boss, fire like a boss, and now we can problem solve like a boss.
Yeah.
I like leading through crisis.
Okay.
Can I listen to him in the kitchen even if I don't have the headphones on?
I would recommend it.
Okay. You would recommend having headphones on, or you would recommend listening to him in the kitchen?
Good question.
That
I
is a
like
good
that question.
I would recommend listening to it
Okay.
whenever you can.
Because I don't like headphones in the kitchen.
You could get some earbuds, or not earbuds, some what are they called? Are they earbuds? The
Sure.
Bluetooth?
Bluetooth earbuds? Mhm.
Oh yeah, get some earbuds. No, well, you don't have that string, you know,
Yeah.
tied to the phone.
Right, that's why I don't like to do that in the kitchen.
Yeah. But if you do that in the kitchen, if you wear a pocket, you can just put your phone in a pocket,
Right,
and the earbuds will.
Or an apron.
there you go.
Or a bra.
I could do it.
That's what Victoria would do. But you don't need earbuds when you listen to it. This is something that would benefit anyone to overhear.
Okay.
How to be real and not be weird.
That sounds.
How's that possible?
I
Just kidding. Okay.
think it depends on who you are.
I've been trying that all my life.
How many want to listen to that?
That sounds like it's very intriguing, yeah.
Okay, because I'm putting you guys' names by the ones that you guys vote for. The ones that get the most votes are we're gonna do sooner.
When it's right to be wrong.
You want to know that one?
That's
How to
interesting.
inspire your team.
That one was really helpful. You guys just let me know if you agree with someone, because I'm only putting down one person. Who
That's a good
speaks.
one.
Yeah, what she said, what Tina just said sounded very good. Yes.
All right. So Carmen's not interested in that one. Just got it noted.
Giving and receiving feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
It's part 1 and part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I like 4 keys to spot the talent others miss.
Wow.
4 keys to
Mhm.
spot the talent others miss. Interesting.
That's something that sounds important for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got Mom and Kathy.
How to recognize leaders with high potential. That would help us a lot, I think.
Because that's what we're looking for.
So I got Kathy and Mama there.
Sharpening your communication skills.
Okay.
Oops, I'm sorry.
I'll add you there. It's already on the list, but I'll add you with Kamran. I really like the ones at the beginning of the podcast. Like 6 types of leadership.
Oh, yeah. 6 times out.
Yeah, I just got down there. In fact, that's the last one. It won't go any further. Yeah, 6 types of leaders. That's pretty intriguing because we want to be leaders. We want to help to look for leaders. And if we don't know the 6 types of leaders, we could miss out.
Yeah, we could.
So that definitely sounds, important. High priority.
So I got Kamran and Kathy for that. Put me down there too.
I like becoming the centered leader your team craves.
I don't know what that means.
Well, to be centered means that you're somebody who's reliable and who don't move, who knows where they're going and sticks with it.
Oh,
You're centered.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're a rock and not a washing around pebble.
Yeah, not like sinking sand.
Mm-hmm.
You're reliable. So, is there other things in here that you guys liked?
How to grow a healthy organization
Yeah.
sounds important too.
I'm glad you're sitting next to me. I'm with her.
What does that mean?
That I'm glad that she's sitting next to me.
Yeah,
Well, because we're like
rubbing
2
elbows.
peas in a pod.
Oh.
I want hers and she wants mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you 2 down for a lot of them.
That's why I said that.
4 keys to spot the talents others. Did they already say that one?
You already said that.
4 keys to spot the talents others miss? No.
Yeah, I have your name on it. You said you wanted
just
it.
said it.
Keys to spot the talents others miss. Interesting.
I said that and she agreed with
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But she already said she wanted that.
Yeah. Now I visually saw it. Earlier I heard it and it sounded good.
Yeah.
I know this one's really tough for people. I could pretty much take it, but how to handle criticism. How effective leaders handle criticism.
Who wants to know how effective leaders handle criticism?
Mm-hmm.
Carmen and...
Yeah.
okay.
Because that could like really bring you down. make you crumble.
That seemed like that got the most amount of votes out of anything that we've said so far.
I like motivating your team.
Me too.
You too? Okay. I really like that one too.
Motivating your team, yeah, that's important.
Tina, do you want to know how to motivate your team?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is there another one on there that you saw, Tina? Or are you doing something else now?
No, I'm looking through them.
Strengthening a struggling team looks good too.
Who wants to know how to strengthen a struggling team?
Oh, you mean?
Yeah.
That would be nice, like how to encourage people and stuff. How to build faith. And
Yeah, like Tina was asking about how to encourage people. That's true.
fire your inner boss.
Do you guys want to fire your inner boss?
That's like your self-talk and how you.
If that's what it means, then yeah. I wasn't quite sure what that meant.
I still don't know what that means.
Every time I turn that on, that I don't know how to read the description without it going on. This is me.
I'm interested in that.
Sorry.
You're interested in that one too?
Many
Fire your
bosses
inner boss? Go ahead, Mom.
don't understand what it takes to be a leader. In this episode, Craig takes a look at what it means to fire your inner boss and replace it with a leader.
That's probably the difference between a boss and a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I just lost it. There it goes.
Institutionalizing urgency.
Yeah, that one's good too. Scarcity and urgency.
Oh yeah. If we could just like get on that, even in our conversations, how influential we'd be. Powerful. I used to practice. How can I get somebody to answer the phone?
So we got
Answer my text.
Tina and Mama down for that.
What was it titled?
Institutionalizing urgency.
I honestly don't know what that means.
I mean, it's
Institution.
making people feel like it's urgent.
Institutionalizing means you have an institution, like the Army of Youth, and it's just like creating a culture of urgency. So that all throughout the ministry, they all have urgency in what they do.
That's a good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this from Isogenus?
No, it was something else. I
All
have
right.
stickers that say that.
Good. So we have we have a few things here.
Wait. 5 secrets of superior decision makers.
That changed my life.
Well, why don't you go through here and look what changed your life and put that down for us? Give us a
That's
chance
exactly what we said. We
like-
wanted to learn.
what you know, right?
Yeah.
Can you just
Be
plug
on the
us
same
in?
page. Training.
I am. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
I've gone through most of these, and they're
Okay.
really influential in my life. And like I mentioned, I listened to them like 8 plus times.
Okay.
And if we subscribe to these podcasts and we listen to them during the day, then it really makes a big impact in our lives. It will help us to be more, to develop our talents for Christ's service.
So do you think Andy Stanley's leaderships or both? Just pick and choose and
Both.
listen to both.
Yeah, listen to both, pick and choose.
Aren't they both pastors?
Yeah, they're both pastors. Andy Stanley had a leadership podcast longer, and Craig Groeschel listens to Andy Stanley's podcast, and Andy listens to Craig's. And Andy inspired Craig Groeschel to create his leadership podcast.
And Andy's father used to
I don't know anything about his father.
his father used to do the same sort of stuff.
Podcast?
So I'm sure he was taught how all these things he's teaching. Teach them. His father taught leaders and brought up a leader to teach leaders. That's the leader that was brought up to teach. If that makes sense.
Seemed like they didn't really agree, and they went off and did their own church.
Who?
Yeah, the father and the son.
Really?
Seemed like the son took off with some young friends and did their own church.
And that's okay, and that can be very well. But his father taught him how to be a leader. You know, brought him up that way.
Oh
doing
yeah, with those mindsets.
steps and
Yeah.
a lot
sense.
of teenagers, separate from their parents.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like powerful stuff and insight in there, and that's what Christina Victoria learned, and I really think that the leadership podcasts are, I mean, among other things too. There's a lot of beautiful things to learn, but the culture of leadership that Christina and Victoria went through, I think, is partly the reason why they were accepted to lead out at the Thrive where they're at.
I think so too.
Because they gained those skills through these podcasts and us listening to them together.
Us practicing. Remember when we were studying stuff like that together, all of us? We listened to the podcast, and then we talked about it.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
And we were going to get the speakers to go throughout the house.
Yeah, I still want to get the speakers.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we got the Echo Dots, but we never figured out how to set them up. Yeah. Well, this is good. Are you guys glad that we mapped out a little bit more clear what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to be learning? Because I figure if I involve y'all in the process of learning, it teaches you how to be proactive and not reactive. Because you don't want to, with your education, just take the back seat and just learn whatever comes up. You want to be intentional. You want to have a definite aim, and personally and ministry-wise, as a team and as an individual. And then as you move forward, you decide what you want to learn, what areas you want to grow, the struggles you experience, the challenges you face, the things you procrastinate, the weaknesses that plague you in life and limit you, and the goals that you set for your future everything's going to stay the same until you choose to strengthen and to acquire that which you don't have. Because your current self is not going to get to overcome these things. In order for you to have more and be more and to help more, you have to grow and be, and it doesn't come by accident. It comes intentionally.
You know what helped me by far the most is the faculties of the mind. That's just by far the most helped me.
Why?
Just the fact, like to understand the will, and that we actually have a will, and that we have control over the will. To understand that our imagination makes or breaks us. To understand, I mean, there's so much that it's our duty to develop it, and not just let it run rampant. It's like, oh, a butterfly, we'll bring it back in, and stuff like that. There's so much. There was so much in there, like everything in there, and that was why, it was a lot.
Was that a podcast or what was that?
No.
Remember the Week of Prayer series that I did on the 7 faculties of the mind?
Yeah.
Imagination, reason,
Yeah,
will.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it's a document. It's a Google document.
Yeah.
That's what she's referring to.
And he's done sermons on it before, and we've talked about it. You know how we have our little talks sometimes, and he's talked about it, and it's just so helpful.
It is helpful.
Is.
Yeah, I remember the 7 faculties of the mind.
Powerful.
It is powerful. Willie and I went over the faculty of decision. All right, well, let's. How about we close with a word of prayer? We'll be able to get these up and then go over them together in the future. Dear Father in heaven, thank you very much for giving us family, giving us friends that we can help and encourage. Father, I pray that you'll give us wisdom to know how to develop leaders. Help us to know how to strengthen the talents that you have entrusted to us. We want to be faithful stewards. We know that you have given this to us so that we can reflect your character. So, Father, I pray that you'll strengthen us, you'll encourage us, help us to not be distracted, help us to stay focused on your glory, and your glory alone. Let us ask everything before we do engage in any activity. Will this glorify you? Or if we've already engaged without asking that, I pray you'll bring to our remembrance the question, does this glorify you? And give us the strength and the resolve and the purposing now and then in our hearts to stop or whatever if it doesn't glorify you to the greatest, because this is where we're going to find true happiness and joy. So we pray for your guidance. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
The pastor was thinking, is there something important going on that I'm missing? I don't know. We're just putting together